It was found while renovating a pub or brewery. It's about 10 centimeters long, looks like plastic, and has a plunger with a hole at the bottom. What could this be used for? It's an ear syringe. Imagine you're living in the early 1900s and have a terrible earache. You are in great pain, and so you go to see the doctor to see if he can help you. He says you need to have your ear syringed to clean out the excess wax and infection and stop the pain. You think this sounds rather frightening. You don't want a syringe anywhere near your ear. He shows you the syringe he will use, though, and you realize it isn't anything like the syringes you've seen in the past. When he finishes the procedure, you certainly feel much better. Earwax is a normal substance made within the ear which, under most circumstances, protects the skin of the ear canal and helps with cleaning and keeping the ear moist. However, as most people have experienced at some time or another, the ear can become infected in various ways, or earwax can build up to such an extent that it presses against the eardrum, causing pain and loss of hearing. As a result, ear syringes were invented whereby the ear could be irrigated or for use in drawing infection and wax out directly. It was found on a footpath at a park in southern Ontario, Canada. It's a 2-inch silver or stainless steel cylinder, heavy in weight. One person thought it might be some kind of cigarette holder or something vape-related, but the hole on the side makes it look more like a whistle or part of a musical instrument. Any idea what this could be? It's a dog whistle, also known as a silent whistle, designed to emit high-frequency sound that humans typically can't hear, but is within the hearing range of dogs. Dogs can hear frequencies from about 40 Hz to 60 Hz, while humans typically hear from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. This makes the dog whistle an effective training tool, as it allows for commands or signals to be given without disturbing people around. The pitch of the whistle can be adjusted by turning the screw or knob on the whistle. By changing the frequency, the trainer can teach the dog to respond to specific pitches, making it a unique communication tool for dog owners, hunters, and pet owners. If multiple people use the same whistle, each can adjust the pitch so the dog only responds to their specific whistle tone, preventing confusion. Dog whistles were particularly popular in the early 20th century and are still used in some dog training practices today. They are especially helpful in outdoor activities such as hunting, where a clear, distant signal is needed for the dog to hear without scaring off prey. The whistle's ability to be inaudible to humans also makes it useful for discreet training in public or around other animals. It was found with some old tools and appears to be quite old, though its exact purpose is unclear. It features 2 glass thermometers that both accurately read 75 degrees Fahrenheit, suggesting they still function well. At one end, there's a small cloth booty held in place by a loop of thread wrapped around a narrow section. It's possible the cloth is meant to be moistened, hinting that the device may be related to measuring humidity or evaporation. Any idea what this could be? It's a pocket sling psychrometer, a classic tool used to measure relative humidity. It works by comparing the readings of 2 thermometers, one dry and one with a moistened cloth or the wet bulb. When swung through the air, the evaporation from the wet bulb causes its temperature to drop. The drier the air, the more it cools. By checking the temperature difference between the 2 thermometers, you can determine the relative humidity using a chart or formula. This type of device has been widely used in meteorology, HVAC, and agriculture. While it's largely been replaced by digital hygrometers today, it remains a reliable and educational way to understand the relationship between air temperature, moisture, and evaporation. This belonged to an older person, so maybe it's some kind of weird gadget from the 80s. It's made of plastic and looks a bit like a tea infuser. There's an arrow you can adjust to point to the letters JFMA. MJJASOND around the rim, presumably to mark the month. It came with a little pod that fits inside and expands when it gets wet. Someone thought it might be tea or instant coffee, so they dropped the pod into hot water. It made a dark gray liquid that didn't smell like anything. Any idea what this thing is? This is a water filter attachment designed for coffee makers. The pods function as the actual filter, and the plastic holder is meant to clip into the machine's water reservoir. The dial with the month indicator serves as a handy reminder for when it's time to replace the filter, helping to ensure consistently clean water and better tasting coffee. It was found at a thrift store in Colorado, next to a well-worn wooden mallet that had clearly seen heavy use. This object operates somewhat like a Deadblow mallet, but it's unlike anything we've seen before. It has a plug that covers a plate, and when swung, the plate pushes forward and strikes the wood. Maybe it's a toy or some kind of specialized tool. Any idea what this could be? This appears to be a whimsical or novelty-style nutcracker. The design suggests that you place a nut into the hole beneath the metal piece, then secure it with the wooden plug to keep it from slipping out. After that, striking the hammer on a hard surface delivers enough force to crack the shell. It seems like someone crafted this not just for function, but also for a bit of fun or entertainment, turning the simple act of cracking a nut into a playful experience. It was found in an old warehouse. Made of steel, it appears to be well machined and is still greased on the inside. It measures about 45 centimeters in length, and all of its components seem to have been disassembled as far as they can go. What could this be? This is a thread spool holder from a Hamel loom, a type of traditional hand-operated weaving loom used in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The spool holder's function is to securely hold and feed thread during the weaving process, ensuring a consistent supply of yarn as the loom operates. Hamel looms were known for their durable wooden construction and adaptability in small-scale textile production. Today, components like this spool holder are often found as vintage artifacts or in use by traditional textile artisans, preserving historical weaving methods. It was found in an antique shop with a sign that simply said, "What is this?" The object feels like solid brass, and the two pieces screw together. The screw comes out, but the hole is only deep enough for it to thread in. The whole object is about a foot long and weighs only 2 pounds. The hole for the screw is a blind hole, just deep enough for the screw to fully seat. One person suggested it might be filled with mercury, but anecdotally, I think if it were mercury, it would be much heavier. What could this be? This seems like a grounding rod. The fact that it's about a foot long and comes apart in the middle suggests it's designed to be adjustable, which is typical for grounding rods. The ability to adjust its length allows you to meet varying grounding requirements based on soil conditions and environmental factors. Grounding rods are commonly used to safely discharge electrical energy into the ground, and their design flexibility makes them suitable for different applications. It's not a plumb bob. The hole for the string needs to be in the center, or it will be unbalanced and hence not plumb. It was found in Georgia and appears to be made of clay. It weighs about 6 pounds, stands roughly 6.5 inches tall, and has a top circumference of about 8 inches. The bottom is hollow, forming a disc-shaped cavity, but there are no markings anywhere on it. Any idea what it might have been used for, or why the base would have that hollow space? It's a firepot. Typically, you place a can of flammable gel fuel, like ethanol gel, inside to produce a small, controlled flame that adds warmth and visual appeal to a space. Some versions also include a metal insert, where you can pour a specific type of lamp oil or fuel instead of using a gel can. Once lit, the flame offers a cozy glow, used often on patios, tables, or in fireplaces for a smokeless, odorless fire experience. This is a heavy black metal box with 2 clamps on top and a wheel on the right that raises the center bar and turns the gauge. It measures about 12 inches wide, 5 to 6 inches deep, and roughly 8 inches tall. It was found in an old paper mill museum in Wisconsin that's closing, but no one seems to know what it is. Interestingly, Someone from a separate museum in Georgia has another one, yet they don't know its purpose either. There are no visible brand markings or serial numbers. Any idea what this could be? It's a paper tester. The paper goes inside the clamp parts, and it measures the pressure required to break through the paper. It was found at a garage sale, and the design definitely seems ornate, especially the intricate artwork on the handle. It could be a chisel, but the end is flat and blunt, so it's unclear how it would be used for chiseling. Another possibility is that it might be a file, though it's smooth. One idea is that it could be a knife sharpener, where you wipe the blade through the folds in the felt to clean off any shavings. Maybe it was used by a barber or a chef. Any idea what this could be? It's a chisel with a boxwood handle turned in the London pattern style. The velvet bag appears to have been used to protect the chisel. It seems the owner valued it highly, as indicated by the decorative embellishments on the handle. It was found in a closet, a palm-sized piece of lightweight black plastic shaped like a rounded letter Y. The sides have large ridges, and there's a smooth, bolt-sized metal rod in the middle. One side, without ridges, feels almost like a handle. There are no words, logos, or markings anywhere on it. Any idea what this could be or what it might be used for? This is a type of linchpin designed to hold poles in place. This is designed for a very specific pole, as the fins around it clip to the sides of the pole, and the knob on the back is there to make it easy to push in and pull out. What this exact linchpin goes to, I am not sure, but I wager something that gets adjusted regularly, with how it is designed to slip on and off with ease.